Iran is executing its 83rd wave of missile strikes. They are launching hundreds of munitions into the night sky in a relentless, aggressive campaign. But before these rockets left the launch pad, someone took a brush and painted a bizarre, surreal message directly onto the weapon's casing. "Thank you, people of India." These specific strikes are not ceremonial. They are hurtling toward active combat zones, targeting locations inside Israel and U.S. military bases across the Middle East. The message on the missiles starkly contradicts reality. New Delhi maintains a strict diplomatic policy of neutrality. India has strong, established ties with Israel, and the Indian public has zero desire to see a weapon bearing their name crash into a foreign school or home. Tehran uses these missile casings as billboards for its narrative warfare. By painting India's name on a weapon of war, they are attempting to project a global coalition that does not actually exist. India is not the only country having its name drafted into this conflict without permission. Tehran is painting messages to manipulate very specific geopolitical pressure points around the world. Take the missile labeled "Thank you, Pakistan." This is a desperate plea for self-preservation. Iran is terrified that Saudi Arabia might force Islamabad to activate a mutual military pact, a move that would put Pakistani F-16s in the air to bomb Iranian targets. Spain gets a thank you because Madrid has shown visible solidarity for civilian casualties. Tehran is attempting to weaponize this European anti-war sentiment to isolate the United States on the global stage. Germany was targeted with a similar message. Berlin has openly stated, "This is not our war," driven by the very real fear that escalating the conflict will trigger a severe continent-wide economic collapse. This wedge strategy exploits existing friction within the alliance. Donald Trump has already used European hesitation over the Iran war as a fresh justification for his long-standing threat to pull the United States out of NATO. Which brings us back to India. New Delhi recently rescued 2 Iranian ships from sinking and offered standard diplomatic condolences when Iran's supreme leader died. Tehran took those minor, routine courtesies and twisted them into the false narrative of a pro-Iran superpower. These painted slogans are not expressions of actual gratitude. They are a strategic map detailing Iran's deepest tactical anxieties and the exact wedges they hope to drive between Western allies. But you have to look past the masterful diplomatic facade to see the devastating truth on the ground inside Iran. Tehran boasts of massive military success, claiming their drone and missile strikes have driven U.S. Marines out of Kuwait's Bouvian Island and cleared American personnel from 13 separate bases across the Middle East. Yet, they are fighting with their last bit of strength. The weapons they are launching in these massive waves are largely comprised of 5 to 10-year-old outdated missiles. They are rationing their modern arsenal because their domestic economy is in total ruin. The Iranian rial is plummeting, trade is choked, and infrastructure is decaying. The most tragic cost is environmental. The blowback from sustaining this aggressive military posture has triggered toxic black rain over Tehran, exposing millions of citizens to severe pollutants, and an expected spike in cancer rates that will haunt an entire generation. The aggressive outward public relations campaign is designed to mask a crumbling regime. They are literally poisoning their own citizens just to keep the war machine running. This map visualizes Iran's only lifeline, waiting for hypothetical financial aid vectors from Russia and China to stabilize a crashing economy. But if bailouts fail, the map changes. A desperate military may unleash its massive advanced missile stockpile, drastically expanding the threat radius. If that tipping point is reached, the consequences fall heaviest on those with no say in the geopolitics, the civilians beneath the crossfire and black rain. We have to see through the fog of this narrative warfare. When a struggling regime writes a neutral country's name on a missile, they aren't expressing gratitude. They are revealing the extent of their diplomatic isolation.